welcome to that episode of Dexter's Diary. What's up, what's up? Happy Tuesday. So jumping right in. Today I want to talk about two things, which is actually one thing, broken down into a couple of parts, but you'll get it once I get it together. Anyway, so today I want to talk about feelings versus facts. Okay, I'm going to give you the definition, and then I'm going to give you also my take on both those things. Okay, so feeling is an emotional state or reaction, a belief, especially a vague or irrational one. That's feeling. Fact, a thing that is indisputably the case, indisputably. Something that truly exists or happens. Those are two things. So a lot of time people tend to mistake one for the other. And it's usually mistaking feeling for fact. Your reaction to something that happens does not negate the thing that happens. If it rains and you're unhappy about it raining, it doesn't stop it from raining. It's going to continue to rain. You can either be happy about it, sad about it, disgusted about it, however you want to feel about it. You can find all the adjectives you want to feel about it on your own time. I'm simply telling you that. Logically, it would make sense to see something happen and then act accordingly, right? But that's not the case. More often than not, we are motivated by how we feel as opposed to what is actually happening. And that can be it can cause a really big setback in your life, in your timeline, and in things that you're doing. We have to stop reacting based off of feeling. If A is A is going to continue to be A no matter how you feel about it. It doesn't stop it from being A. A is indisputably A. How you feel about A is all on you. Things will happen in our lives. So many things that, like I told you, I've been homeless. And again, these are things, I say these things now because I have some level of indifference and because I have moved past them, I can say them, and it might sound like I'm being cavalier about it, but it's not. It's just that those things have happened. That is fact. How I continue to allow those things to affect my life is feeling. We're not doing that. So going back, I have been homeless. I have literally slept on the beach. I have been molested. I have been raped. I have been in many uncomfortable situations. And for the longest time, and again, this is my view on it. For the longest time, my feelings about those things, what caused those things, how I got into those situations, the people who committed those transgressions against me, those feelings about all of that inhibited my life for a long time. For a long time. I don't even know how, for a long time. And you get to a point, for me, I got to a point, let me say that. I got to a point where, those things happen. Those are fact. It's indisputable. I will not continue to allow my feelings about how those people did to me continue to affect my life. My feelings about those things prohibited me from doing a lot of things. It caused a lot of miscommunication. It caused a lot of depression. It caused a lot of unhealthy behaviors because those became my cope mechanisms. Instead of actually dissecting what I felt, I used those situations as a catalyst to continue to do destructive things that did not benefit me one way or the other. You know, it's an experience, and I live by the fact that I don't regret things that happened in my life. Because what would be the point? What would sincerely be the point? Like, I things I did and things that happened to me, it is what it is. They made me who I am today. I'm stronger, I'm better, I'm wiser, I'm smarter. And I feel like, you know, given circumstances, I could have been a lot worse. I could have been somewhere. I could have been dead. Real talk. There were times where I just was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to live anymore. But my feelings, your feelings have a way of like overpowering you if you allow them. If you delve into that space, like it says, a belief, especially vague or irrational. And a lot of times we can, irrational makes it sound like you're crazy. It makes me sound like I'm crazy. And I don't believe that the two are mutually exclusive. Things that happened 10 years ago, a lot of times, like, you can have the same amount of hurt 10 years ago that you do today. Like, some people just don't let things go. We just allow it to stay, or it can be worse because time has passed and you feel like you haven't gotten any justice, or you don't feel any redemption, and so you actually feel worse after the fact than when the thing happened. And it's just like, excuse me. And that's why fact versus feeling is really important. The fact is going to be what it's going to be. How you approach it, how you continue on with your life, how you move around it is up to you. We have to get to a point, and I say we collectively, we have to get to a point where we can rally our feelings and really break it down to what it is. Shit happens. It happens. We are not alone in this. I'm not the only woman that has been raped. I'm not the only woman that has been molested. I'm not the only woman that has been anything. Like, prime example, one of my Facebook groups posted a comment, and they started a thread, and the question was, what age were you when you realized that men were looking at you sexually? There was 9, there was 8, there was 7. These are the year old that there were, and there was so many under 10, and even the men were coming on like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, I would never. I'm not saying all men, but let's be real. We're not even going to go into that. I'm not even going to, that's a whole nother topic, and this is not what this is about. But there are multitudes of people who have walked through the same. He's so obnoxious. Who have walked through the same fire and brimstone that you have. You are not alone. You are not an anomaly. This is not something that you were specifically targeted for. Things happen. And again, it's not to downplay the things that have happened in your life. It's not even to downplay the situations that have happened to me. I'm just at a different point in my life, and I can look at them with a certain type of indifference because I'm no longer that person, and I am no longer in those situations. And that is fact. That is indisputable. So why should I continue to feel horrible about the things that have happened to me when they're no longer happening? We torture ourselves with feelings. Past relationships. It's over, boo. It's over. If it was the best relationship, you guys would still be together, or you guys would be well on your way to wedlock. It's over. We torture ourselves with feelings as opposed to fact. The fact is, bam, the situation didn't work out. He wasn't the right person, or she wasn't the right person. They weren't the right person for you. There are great times that you can romanticize, but the reality is, like, those bad times are the reason why those things ended. You know, people are no longer in your life. Why are they no longer in your life? Because they did X, Y, and Z. Like, yeah, we could talk about, oh, we used to be great friends and we used to hang out. Yeah, but the treacherous shit that they did afterwards is why you guys are not friends. We have to learn to separate fact from feelings and dissect that and move forward, knowing that, yes, this thing did happen, but this does not define me. My feelings about it may very well be valid, and 9 times out of 10, they can be valid. On the flip side, they can also be irrational if you continue to hold on to these things and let them fester and manifest and become bigger. Because what happens is we keep replaying it, and so our feelings make it a whole lot bigger than what it needs to be. Again, this is not to downplay anything. I'm just saying that the fact is it happened. Your feelings toward it can prohibit you in so many things, because we go through this why me phase. And I've been there. I played the why me. I've sat in the corner and cried and my God, why am I going through this? What did I do to deserve this? What is, like, all this stuff? And then you're not getting an answer back. There's like, you are not getting an answer back. You only come to the realization that, you know what, this does not diminish my power. This does not diminish my value as a person. I'm getting juicy mouthed. This does not make me any less human. This does not make me any less valuable. I'm still an amazing person, and you have to see that for yourself. You cannot allow your feelings to take over. They will drown you. They will drown you. Literally, they will drown you. It's like quicksand. There are moments when things happen and I'm triggered, and I can mull for days, and I'm like, nah, what are we doing? Get it together. This is not what we're doing. Or, you know, your feelings about something, and you'll be having a whole secret argument in your head with the person who's not even in the room. I can't be the only one, because then the argument is over, the discussion is over, and you still in your head like, I should have said this, and you had bullet points, a whole PowerPoint, and it's just like, the person is not here. You are literally arguing with yourself over how you feel about something. Let it go. I've done it. I've done it. I'm a Virgo. I've done it. And I don't even think it's limited to just being a Virgo. I've done it, and I'm sure many people have done it. And it's just like, in the middle of it, I'm like, who are you talking to? They can't hear you. So you either wait till the conversation comes up again, or you reiterate the conversation. But this back and forth, your feelings about how this whole thing went down, because to you it's unsettled. They're not even thinking about you. They're not even thinking about you. All the things that people have done to you, they're not even thinking about you. But I kind of feel like I'm unforgettable, so they're probably thinking about me. But I'm saying they might be thinking about you too. But it doesn't matter. In my head, I'm just like, they're not thinking about me. And if they are, we're still not in a space to converse. So this fake conversation that I'm having in my head is null and void. These faux feelings that I'm having about something that happened eons ago are null and void, because it's not happening now. Why am I torturing myself? Get your feelings under control. Get yourself under control. Fact is fact. Feeling is feeling. Things happen, and I will continue to reiterate this. Things happen. That is a fact. How you react to them are your feelings. We have to get that under control, because moving forward, there are going to be plenty of things in life that you don't like. There are going to be plenty of things in life that make you feel like you should react in a way that you normally shouldn't. There are going to be people who are going to test you on your job, in your life, in your family, in your relationship. Your children are going to test you. You cannot react the same way all the time. And at some point, you cannot just react based off of feeling. And that's why sometimes too, it's collateral feeling. By the time you get a chance to say what you gotta say, you're regurgitating things that you've been holding on to forever. And that's why, like, for me, I'm one of those people, I'm like, say it and get it out the way. Whether they like it or not, it is what it is. But in the moment, say what you gotta say. If you feel some type of transgression, say what you gotta say at that point. People do this thing where they'll wait and it'll be like 5 months later and you don't have no idea what the hell they're talking about because they didn't pull your card at the moment that it happened. But they've been waiting 5 months or a year to bring up some shit that you did, and you can't even recall, like, what was my motivation at the time that I did this? What did you do, or what was the circumstance in which I reacted this way? Like, if you're gonna call people out in the moment. Don't wait and let your feelings accumulate, and now you're sitting with resentment because you never said what you need to say. You never got things off your chest. Say what you need to say and say it in the moment. If you gotta pull cards, if you have to pull cards in the moment. And I'm not talking like some Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop type thing. Pull a person to the side or send them a text the very next day. Like, look, that thing that you did yesterday made me feel some type of way. And then they can explain themselves as to why they did what they did and move it along. But get your feelings in control. Get your stuff under control because it is prohibiting you in your life. I promise you. I get a lot of people who get upset with me because they feel like I'm really indifferent to a lot of things. And it's not necessarily that I'm indifferent. It's that I don't let my emotional take over me 90% of the time. I've learned to control that. So for me, I'm looking at it for what it is. It is what it is. My ex used to be like, yo, you're going to stop saying that. Like, it is what it is. I'm like, it is. It is what it is till it ain't. That's my motto. Right in this moment, blue is blue till it ain't blue. Till I add another color to it, till I add bleach to it or something. Like, until I change it, the fact is what the fact is. Until you add something else to either make it grow or minimize it, it is what it is. Like, and move forward from what it is. If you just got fired, then you just got fired. It is what it is. Now, what do you do after that can change the course of your life. But in this moment, this is what it is. So you take it in stride and now you move on and you're like, all right, my next course of action is what? Start sending out my resume, file for unemployment, this, that, like whatever you need to do. But stand in that moment. This is the fact. How am I going to move forward with this situation as is? Not how I feel about it. I told you, I got laid off like 2 summers ago. And I was calling people and I'm like, yeah, well, not a bunch of people, but the people closest to me. I'm like, yeah, I just got laid off. And they're like, I would be distraught. You sound real chill. I'm like, yep. Because it is what it is. I was actually happy about it. That was my feeling about it. I was like, oh, this is a load off. But like, it was like, I kind of knew it was coming too. So once you kind of expect, I wanted it and I really wanted it and it came. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But after I got laid off, it was like, all right, so moving forward, I'm going to enjoy my summer. Like, I'm going to do me and then I'm going to get a job and then that's it. Like, actually, it wasn't 2 summers. Well, this makes the second summer because it was last summer. So this makes summer number 2. So whatever. And I'm in a better space emotionally. I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I think a lot of times if you look at things from an objective point of view, you can find the light in it. It's not always to a detriment. It's not always devastating. You know, I say this is something I say all the time too. You either jump or you're pushed. And the fact is, like, you may very well not want to be someplace. You may very well not want to be with that person. You may very well want to do something different. But we get caught up in our feelings and we become afraid. And, you know, a lot of people say like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. The devil you know, they wouldn't be, you know, we have this negative connotation about what the devil is. So they wouldn't be a devil if you felt they were awesome. It would be the angel you know, right? But no, it's the devil you know. So if they're horrible already, then what would it hurt for you to walk off and leave? Not a damn thing. Peace out. Do what you gotta do. Look, fact is fact. Look at it from that point. Be objective about it and move forward knowing that this shit happened. And you can either be emotional about it, be irrational about it, or look at it objectively for what it is. It happened. I am still alive. I can move on. I am okay. And even if you're not okay, you're going to get okay. Okay? All right. That's my sermon for today. Church is over. I love you. Be blessed.